What's up, sellers, and welcome to this video. My name is Nick, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to sell used books on Amazon FBA. And in this video I will be covering everything from A to Z when it comes to sourcing, scanning, conditioning your books, listing and pricing your books, labeling them, creating a shipping plan, packaging them up, and shipping them off to Amazon fulfillment centers. This way, in the future, whenever you run into these stumbling blocks that tend to creep up, you can reference this video and know that everything is right here waiting for you. The answers are in this video. Now, this video is actually an updated video to a video I posted about 5 or 6 months ago, and a few things have changed. I've learned some new techniques, some new tips and tricks, and so I will be sharing those as we go along. Also, some of the tools and software that I was using then, I no longer use. I use different stuff now, and so I'm just making this updated video to help you out along the way. So with that being said, let's get started. Now, the first step in the entire process is to get to a place where you can find used books for extremely low prices. And these prices would be anywhere from 50 cents per book all the way to $2 or $3 per book if you have that in your budget. Today, we're actually going to be sourcing from my personal collection of books, and this is going to be sort of a mock sourcing trip. So we can pretend that we are at a library sale or a book sale or a thrift store or any of those things. And we're going to source from my personal collection of books that I've read here on my wall. There are a few tools that you are going to need whenever you are scanning through books and whenever you're outsourcing the books, looking for those profitable gems. A couple of items that I use, first is the Yo-Yo 1D Bluetooth scanner. This simply connects to my phone where I have a scanning app I'll talk about in a minute. And whenever I scan the barcode of a book, it populates inside that scanning app and it lets me know whether the book is profitable or not. Another little tool that I have that I really love that makes life so much easier is this right here. It's called a Scotty peeler, and this simply peels off stickers from the backs of books and without damaging the book, makes it possible to scan those barcodes. So now let's get to the scanning process. Scanning books is a fairly straightforward procedure. You simply pull the book out, find the barcode, and scan it with your Bluetooth scanner. On your phone, within the scanning app, it will show you whether it is a good or a not so good purchase. There's some tricks when it comes to doing this. If the books are too tight, you can always pull one book out, set it aside. That way it kind of loosens up the entire bunch so that you can pull them in and out a lot faster. Also, whenever you're sourcing, occasionally you're going to come across books that don't have a barcode. I know this one doesn't have a barcode. This one right here doesn't have a barcode because the dust cover is missing. So what you want to do is you want to look on the inside of the book. You need to find the title page. This is the title page. It is a relatively blank page with the title and the author. You turn that page, and this is the copyright page. Within the copyright page, any newer book should have an ISBN code. I'll zoom in on it here so you can see it says ISBN, and then it has a 13 or so digit number, and that number is the unique identifier to this book. You can often find that ISBN code within the barcode on the back of a book. So what I do is, as I'm scanning through books, looking for profitable books, if I find some that do not have a barcode, I simply lay it down on its spine like this. And then whenever I'm done scanning all the barcodes, I can come back and scan just those ISBNs with the scanning app ISBN scan feature. We'll go over this. So after we've gone through this set of books, we're going to pull 3 books out here. Some of these books are profitable and some of them are not, but we are just going to be using these 3 for the example today. So we pulled 3 books off of the shelf, and these are the 3 that we're going to be using today and calling them profitable. They may or may not be profitable for my specific standards or yours. However, we're going to be using these 3 for the example today. Not every book on my shelf is profitable for Amazon, but these are the 3 that we'll be using for today's example. When it comes to the next step in the process, which is conditioning, We want to lay these books out and we want to determine whether they are acceptable, good condition, very good condition, like new, or new. Because we source these from a thrift store, they are not new. Okay, we bought them used, so don't list them as new unless literally they are wrapped in the original packaging and they are brand new, never been opened. Okay, so these three I would say are in good condition for today's purpose. This one might actually go as an acceptable because I've really tattered the corners on this, but we're gonna call all three of these good. So what I would do is I would bring them home, I'll flip through them and make sure that there's no dog ears, that there's no papers or bookmarks from the previous owner. And I wanna also look at how much it's been written in. Has there been a lot of highlighting done in this? Have people taken notes? Because that can drastically affect the condition of the book. The next thing is I have this magic eraser pad, and I simply just go over the book in case there's any, a little bit of grime or any sort of writing. Some thrift stores like to write the prices with a grease pen. This will take it right off. Dampen it very, very lightly, and then rub it off, and then take a paper towel and dry the book off. You do not want to let any sort of moisture or dampness stay on the book, obviously, because it'll ruin that cover and it will destroy the book. So once these are all cleaned and conditioned, I would have my different piles here: acceptable, good, very good, like new. And then I take them to my computer for the listing process. All right, guys, we are at the point where we're going to start listing our books on Amazon. We've gone through the sourcing, the conditioning. The next step is to list them on Amazon. There's a variety of ways that you can do this, including the Amazon Seller Central website, as well as AccelerList, and my personal favorite, ScanLister. I actually made a video about ScanLister and how it works if you want to check that out after this video is finished. For beginners purposes, we're going to be listing from our Seller Central app via my smartphone. So let's jump into that right now. All right, so here we are on my phone. On the bottom right hand corner, you're going to find the Amazon Seller app. You open that up and you scroll down to add a product. And you'll see in the upper right hand corner, there's an icon of a camera. We're going to click the camera and we're simply going to take a picture of the barcode on the back of our book. Here we have our book. This page is very important and we need to talk about something here before we move on. This page will generally show more than one type of book under this title that you can sell. You'll see a paperback, you'll see a hardcover, and often you'll see an ebook. In this case, there's no hardcover and there's no ebook because this book does not come in those formats. It's very important that you pay attention and that you select the correct format for the book that you're selling. If you list a hardcover book and you actually send in a softcover book, that can result in a negative review and can be crippling to your store, especially if you're a new seller. In this case, it shows the title, it shows the author, and then it shows the format of this book, which is a paperback. We're going to click on this and move forward in the process. All right, on this page, the product details page, you can see the title, the rules of money, how to make it and how to hold on to it, the bestseller rank, 1.1 million. It's got a 5-star review for this book. And then at the bottom, you can see two tabs. There's a new tab and a used tab. We're not concerned with the new because we're selling a used book. Under used, you see a few different line items. You see low price at $5.18 minus fees and gross proceeds. And then you see another line where it says none and then 15 from 772. We're going to click on that where it says 15 from 772. Click on that bar. And this page, you can view all the offers that are on Amazon currently. We're selling a good condition book that's used, so we're not concerned with new books or any other condition other than used books that are good condition that are selling prime or FBA. So at the bottom middle, you'll see a button that says filter. Click that. And it brings up a filter that you can search specifically for the types of books that you're looking to sell. We're going to click prime and we're going to click used good condition, apply. So this brings up everything that is an FBA book that is used in good condition. And as we scroll through here, we see there's 7 offers on this page. We see a $10, a $10.99, and a $10.99. Then we see a jump up to $13.94, and then another jump to $17.93 and above. Well, I can tell you right off the bat that whenever you're pricing your items, you don't want to go for the rock bottom price, because this is going to basically put you in a bidding war with those 3 offers that are at the very bottom. Guaranteed, those 3 people are bidding the price down penny by penny and ultimately destroying the profit that they could get if they just sat equally at a higher price point. So we're going to ignore those 3 bottom prices. The next price jump up is to $13.94, which I think is quite an accurate price to sell this book at. And then there are 3 other price points that are significantly higher. We're going to avoid those as well. Our price that we're going to price our book at is $13.94. In the upper left-hand corner, let's hit the back arrow. And we're going to go to the line where it says 518 low price. This opens up the calculator so you can see how much profit you'll potentially be earning. You have 2 tabs. You have seller fulfilled and you have Amazon fulfilled. The price that we're going to be putting in is $13.94. It shows our fees, what we'll be paying to Amazon in order to sell this book. Our shipping to Amazon, we can actually put as 50 cents because it generally costs about 50 cents to ship per book into Amazon. Click done. And we can see our cost of good is $1.50. This is generally what I spend as an average whenever I go sourcing books. And then right below that, it shows your profit, and in green, $5.64. Essentially, we will buy this book for $1.50 to net profit $5.64 on it. That's an excellent conversion. That's an excellent profit right there. That's something I'm happy with, and so I'm going to click the bottom right-hand corner and say list. On this page, we're going to fill out all the information about our book. Once you get fluid with this, once you get experienced with listing, this goes very fast. Our condition, we're simply going to click on that and select good. Our condition note, when it comes to condition notes, you want to be thorough. You want to give an accurate representation of what your book is. And so for me, I have all of my condition notes saved in a note within my phone, so I can simply copy and paste those condition notes. I have them down in the description of this video if you want to copy them and save them to your phone or your computer for quick reference. In this case, good condition, a copy that has been read but remains in clean condition. All pages are intact and the cover is intact. The spine and cover may show signs of wear, and pages may include limited notes and highlighting, and the copy can include from the library of labels or previous owner inscriptions. 100% guarantee is shipped with the delivery confirmation. If you're not satisfied with your purchase, please return the item for a full refund. Ships direct from Amazon. This just makes the buyer aware of the condition that they can expect and puts their mind at ease. One thing that I would like to make a note on here is that whenever you're conditioning your books and putting in the description, you want to make sure that you under-promise and over-deliver on the condition of your book. What I mean by that is this. Do not call a good condition book very good. You're over-promising on it. Rather, it's better to take a very good condition book and call it good condition. That way, you're under-promising, and when the buyer receives that very good condition book that you called good condition, they're pleasantly surprised and they're happy. That will help tremendously when it comes to getting 5-star reviews on your store account. What I do is I'll take like new books and call them very good. I will take very good condition books and call them good. And I will take good condition books and often call them acceptable condition just to make the customer happy. Well, what about acceptable condition books? Do not buy acceptable condition books. If this book was tattered and the pages were torn and the cover was missing a chunk and it was written all throughout it and it was just a beat up piece of junk, would you want to receive that in the mail? Would you want to spend your hard-earned dollars on that tattered up piece of junk book? Probably not. So you need to keep your end buyer in mind. You need to keep your customer in mind whenever you are sourcing books. If you wouldn't want to receive that book in the mail to your home and to spend your hard-earned dollars on it, they probably don't want to either. And if you put them in that position, you're opening up the door to receiving negative reviews. The only reason I bring this up is this is something that I have learned from, and I learned the hard way. Going down the list, it says main image. You can take a picture if you so choose. You don't have to. We are listing these books to a main listing. We're adding our book to a main listing, and that main listing on Amazon already has a photo of the book, so the buyer knows what the book looks like. And then because of our condition notes, they know what to expect. Scrolling down, we see our price has been set to $13.94. Amazon auto-generated that in there for us. Don't worry about the $1.19 match low price. That is more than likely a merchant fulfilled item where they have it set for $1.19 and then they probably have $8 or $10 shipping to compensate for that price. Seller SKU, you can add a SKU if you want to. You can put it as your store name dash the date dash 1, and then the next book would be dash 2 and then dash 3. Each book has to have its own unique identifying SKU in order to be put into the Amazon system. If you do not want to put your own SKU in, that is absolutely okay. Amazon will auto-generate a SKU for you for that book. Right below that, you see fulfillment channel. It says, I will ship this item myself. That's for merchant fulfilled. Or Amazon will ship and provide customer service. This is the option that we're choosing simply because we do not do merchant fulfilled when it comes to selling on Amazon. I do all FBA. I want everything sent in. That way I don't have to worry about the returns or the customer service or anything like that. I simply send it all in. Amazon takes care of the rest. So we're going to make sure that Amazon will ship and provide customer service is selected, and then simply press continue. Here it gives you a review, and then you can click submit your listing, and that's it. Congratulations, it's listed. The next step would be to list the remaining books that you have. So I'm going to do that really fast. All right, guys, and that is the whole process of listing items to your Amazon seller account. Once you've done that, give it about 5 minutes for those items to show up in your Seller Central account, and then we'll move on with the next step in the process. All right, guys, we're at the next step of our process, which is creating a shipping plan and getting these books shipped out to Amazon. So we're going to jump back into my computer and walk through the process through the Seller Central desktop website. Here we are in my Seller Central. The first thing you want to do is go up to the top left. You want to hover over inventory, go down to manage FBA inventory and click that. This is going to open up all of your items that you have either as active or inactive inventory. I can see right here that I have my 3 books that I just listed, the rules of money, the efficiency playbook, and how you can have it all. I'm going to select those 3, and then back up at the top, there's a drop down. Let me pull this down a little bit. There's a drop down that says action on 3 selected. Click that, and then go down to Send Replenish Inventory. You have selected 3 listings for the Send Replenish Inventory action. Do you want to continue? Yes. Create a new or add to an existing shipping plan. We're going to create a new shipping plan right here on the left. It shows us the address that we're shipping from. This would generally be your address where you either live or where you work from. However, if you're traveling, you can do this while you're on the road. Just make sure that you update where you will be shipping from there. That way it can send it to the proper fulfillment center in that area. Packing type. What kind of packing type are you doing? Individual products or case pack products? If you are selling wholesale or from a distributor, you would do the case pack products. Everything else, if you're adding a bunch of different variety of things into a box or a package, that's when you would click individual products. It is this way 100% of the time for me, and so I just have that set to stay right there. Continue to shipping plan. All right, here we're going to add the number of units. We're setting our quantity. Right here in this bar, you can simply type 1 and it fills all the other bars. At the bottom below that, it shows the number 3. That's where we're at. Then we click continue. And then this is preparing our products. Right here in this section, it says who preps. This you can have Amazon do, or you can do it yourself. If Amazon does it, they're going to charge you, I believe, 10 cents per item, might be 15 cents per item, to put a label on your item. I highly suggest you do it yourself, especially whenever you're beginning, because that will save you some money and put more profit in your pocket. You'll be doing a little bit more work, maybe 15 minutes more work, but you'll save that money on the back end. So scroll down to merchant, because you are the merchant and you are doing the prepping. All the prepping is just putting the label on. Occasionally, you might get a book where it wants you to put it in a poly bag. You would put it in the poly bag. That's simply all that is. And then go down to continue and click continue. This is the label products page. Right here in the middle, you can see this yellowish orange button that says print labels for this page. You can open that. It'll download to your computer. And from that point, you simply print those labels out. I use 30 up labels, which is basically a sheet of paper, and it has sticky labels. It's got 3 columns and 10 rows. So there's 30 labels on it. It's called a 30 up label. If you want some of those, if you want to check them out, I have a video about that on my channel. And the exact brand of labels that I find to be the very best. I experimented with a lot of different brands of labels, and some of them got jammed up in my printer. I use a simple Canon ink printer that I just bought at Walmart. It's nothing fancy, nothing special, 30 bucks or so. And so I use 30 up labels. You might have a Dymo or a Zebra or one of those fancy printers that works just as well. However, the 30 up labels are for standard ink printers. So we're going to print this out. And you can see we have our 3 labels right here. To label them, you just peel off the label that associates with each book. And actually the labels show the name of the book, so you know exactly what book they go on. You just peel them off, stick them on the book, and move on with the process. We're going to click bottom right, continue. This is where we review our shipment. For this shipment, we're going to be shipping all 3 items to Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're going to simply approve and continue. Once again, this shows us that we're shipping these items to one place. And then this is the prepare shipment. This is where we're actually preparing our shipment to go out the door. In number 1, you can review your shipment contents. Let's say that you want to take one item out, or for whatever reason, you don't want to ship a certain item. You can review and modify your units. You can only subtract a few items from each shipment. So this is something to be used with great caution. Don't go crazy on it. We're not subtracting anything from ours, so I'm going to leave this alone. However, that is something you can do if you so choose in the future. Section number 2 is shipping service. We're using a small parcel delivery, meaning individual boxes, small. In this case, we're going to be using a poly mailer to ship these off. Then there's another option, less than a truckload. It means that you're shipping pallets of things, at least 150 pounds. I'm not doing that. So small parcel delivery. And then for the shipping carrier, we're using UPS. You can use USPS. You used to be able to use FedEx, but they no longer ship with Amazon. And so we're using UPS. Because we're going through Seller Central this way, we're going to get a massive discount on shipping price whenever we pay for the shipping label. Under shipment packing, we're going to select an option. In this case, everything is in one box, or in my case, a poly mailer. So select everything is in one box. We're going to weigh this. I have a scale here. This is a 110 max weight scale. You can check that in the description below if you would like to get one yourself. It's like 25 bucks on Amazon, and it's what I weigh all of my shipments with. It's got wall power and battery power, so if you need to move it around, toss a couple AA's in there and it will go anywhere that you go. I take this on trips with me, and it's really great to work from the road. So these 3 books weigh a total of 2 pounds, 6.1 ounces. With Amazon, you always have to round up to the next pound. Since the weight is 2.61, we're going to round up to 3 pounds. And then our package is approximately 12 by 7 by 3. So we're just going to type in 12 by 7 by 3. And then right below that, we're going to click this confirm button. All right. So down here under shipping charges, we see we have one box, or one package in my case. The shipment weight is 3 pounds, and the estimated shipping cost, we're going to calculate it, is going to be $3.75. Because this is a smaller shipment, these books are actually shipping for a little bit more than we'd anticipated. Generally, I ship my books for about 50 cents a piece when they fill up an entire box. This is actually the type of box, the style and size box that I use to ship most of my items. This is a 16 by 12 by 12. I can fit generally about 40 books in here. And when I do, those books will ship in that box for about $20, so 50 cents per item. In this case, because we have less books, there's a minimum threshold that they have to charge. And so we're paying $1.25 per book to ship it. However, that still leaves us with a solid profit of about $4 per book. The next step is you would say, I agree to the terms and conditions, and you would accept charges. Now, these are my personal books that are going to go back on my shelf. This was just an example, and so I am not going to accept charges. However, I will show you that once you accept the charges, you're going to click right below that where it says print box labels, and then it will download to your computer. You open it up, print them, and then once you pack your box or your package, you simply tape that label to the package. I will give an example. These are the poly mailers that I use to ship very small loads of books in, 1, 2, or 3 books at a time in. I simply load it in, fold it over, and then seal it. I'm not going to seal it this time. So that's how it would look, but I would have it sealed and taped. You can then put your shipping label on the outside, then take it to UPS and send it on its way. If you'd like to get some of those poly mailers that I use, these are extremely durable, really thick poly mailers to protect your books from the elements while they travel. There's a link in the description for that as well. All right, guys, before I close out this video, I want to just let you know that any of the tools or the software that you see me using here in this video, I have links down in the description if you want to check those out. For the scanners, the EOYO 1Ds, I love these things. I have actually 3 of them. Here's 2 of them right here. If you want to check those out, they're on Amazon. They're 45 bucks. It is perfect for the entry-level beginner bookseller because they are so durable and they get the job done. Also, if you don't have a dedicated scanning app for your Amazon book business, I highly recommend. It is an absolute necessity. I am currently using Scout IQ. It is perfect for the business. It's lightning fast. There's a link in the description where you can get a 14-day free trial to test it out and see if it works for you. And then any of the other tools you saw me using, the scale, the Scotty peelers, the labels, all that stuff is also linked below. I'm trying to compile everything into this one video so you can always reference this video if you hit stumbling blocks or if you need new supplies. You know right where to go to find the very best stuff. I hope I earned your thumbs up today, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing that as I bring videos just like this every single week to help you take your Amazon book business further. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.